I'll get the elephant out of the way. What's your thoughts? How you feeling?
It's a bad situation, but it's going to be fair for everybody. And I don't know. I feel bad for Larry and the guys here. They've done an amazing job. The place looks awesome. A lot of preparation went into this, and this is a little snag in the program, but it is what it is. They're doing their best to make it fair and even for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I think everybody's kind of okay with it. Obviously, there's a couple mad people out there, but I'm one of the guys that only mounted 6 sets of tires. Some guys mounted 16 sets of tires. So, I didn't waste a lot of time, I guess, mounting tires that I wasn't going to be able to use. So.
Yeah. And going back to the tires, I mean, you're all now on the same amount of tires throughout. So now you get to play the tire strategy.
Yep.
Right. And, you are probably one of the most well-versed drivers of all time. I mean, you A scale, 10 scale.
Well, thanks. You got a lot of.
Well,
think highly of me.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you since way back in the day. Not we're trying to get older or anything like that, because we are.
Too late.
But, I mean, your level of aptitude to adapt is second to none.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in a lot of situations. I've seen a lot of different strategies and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I think if anything, it's probably going to be better for a lot of the guys, because once you eliminate that thought process of, like, I have to run a brand new set of tires every single run, the used tires actually make the cars a lot easier to drive. So now I don't really know what that number is. Like, if you can use them 3 times and then on the 4th time it gets super slow, I'm not really sure. But basically, if you do the math based off the 5 sets of tires, we can run them like 2.5 runs, basically.
Okay.
So that's not that bad. I think we're going to be okay. There's definitely going to be some strategy involved. Like, my goal is I don't really want to race with a brand new set of tires. So basically we get 8 rounds of practice. So at least I'm going to run all my tires at least once through practice.
Yeah.
And then maybe have a couple sets to where I ran them multiple times in practice. So, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Everybody's going to be kind of doing a different thing. But it's fair, it's equal. And, at least for 2-wheel, we're going to only get 6 sets or something like that. So we're not going to have to mount a bunch of tires.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's, you're going to be on, roughly the same amount of tires for 2-wheel. Maybe one more set than you were for 4-wheel. I'm not certain if they've got that exact number figured out quite just yet for the 2-wheel side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard, but our goal today is, get all the tires back they can that are packaged in these boxes. Do another count, make sure everybody has 5 sets of tires in all their tech boxes, and then hopefully we can get this show on the road.
Show on the road.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So, fit and finish. What do you think of the layout? You've been to many of our tracks with our different layouts.
I think it looks awesome. I mean, all the carpeting in the middle of the track is a really nice touch. It looks awesome. The layout looks like it's fun, but you know me, I'm always complaining about there's always a big dumb triple or something somewhere that breaks cars, but there's some nice jumps out there. It doesn't look like it throws the cars too crazy in the air. The surface looks awesome. You guys did a great job. And
sweet.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, the facility in general is just awesome. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the photos of, walking up to the front door, the wall facing all the pits has all the previous world championships, champions faces on it, which I've never seen that before. That's actually really cool.
Yep.
So yeah, overall, awesome job. Like I said, feel bad for the dudes here. I know they're bummed that this happened, but it is what it is, and we're just going to move forward. Everybody's, like I said, I think everybody's okay with it. There's a lot of confusion yesterday, kind of ending the day.
Yep.
But now things have been kind of talked out and put into perspective and move on.
Exactly. Yeah. And that comes back to, the amount of communication that comes from, the powers that be, whether it be, Clayton running around like a chicken with his head cut off, the gentleman from IFMAR, the race director. I mean, so all these moving parts, then you got to get all the team managers involved. Then you got to get the nation managers involved.
Yep. And
make sure that every one of those guys is on the same page. And then they've got to relay that information back to you.
And the reason why these guys are in charge is because they're very opinionated. So it's a lot of long and difficult conversations have happened. Luckily, I wasn't a part of most of them.
Yeah.
Which I don't need to be a part of them anyways. But we had a U.S. team meeting, and just that there were so many random questions, and I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not the guy making these decisions. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think they did a good job. I think they took a bad situation, figured out a answer to it, and done.
Yeah.
So
and the key part is the solution was figured out before anything happened.
Yeah, no, we haven't ran on the track yet.
No cars on the
So-
track. The only thing that's happened for anybody really is the guys that mounted up multiple sets of tires versus what you're going to now have.
Yeah.
So sucks
But
for
the
them.
good thing is that they're taking them out of our boxes. They're putting them in bags with our names on them. They're putting them in the back, and you can use those rears for two-wheel drive.
For two-wheel drive.
Because it's the same rear
It's
tire.
the same rear tire.
So like for Brock and Ryan, and I know a couple guys that mounted up like all 17 sets
Yeah.
that you'd use the whole time.
Now they don't have to do it
They
for
don't
two-wheel.
have to do it for two-wheel. They're
Yeah.
done mounting tires.
They're
so
done. So a plus for that. And like you say, you take the situation, you come up with a solution, and you move on.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it is a gut check for the guys here at the shop, just for what happened. And, I mean, I don't think I've ever been to any race, and you can probably go into, where there hasn't been some sort of a hiccup.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
Well, especially at a Worlds, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot more, prestige that goes into these races. So there's a lot more rules, and there's a lot more people making decisions, and so it's a constant trial and error process.
Exactly.
Every day.
It's I like to say it's constantly moving. It's constantly evolving with what you're doing.
Yeah. So now my concern is, I was talking to Jake, I'm like, when was the last time this track sat for 4 days without any running on it? So I'm excited just to get on the track, because I think this track loves getting ran on.
Yes.
And I think this first round might be a little weird.
Might be a little weird.
But it'll come around quick.
It'll come around
Jake
quick.
and the guys got a pretty good handle on this dirt nowadays.
Yeah.
And it looks good right now. So
it looks really good. We've kept moisture into it. The misters are still going off like clockwork. We put hours and hours of packing time into the dirt.
Yep.
So the grip should come up pretty quickly with cars running on it.
Yep.
So I think, once everybody gets on it, like you say, everybody's itching to get on the track.
Yeah.
And
the good thing about it is, I know there's been talk like people are going to have an advantage, because it's my home track, Spencer's home track. Dakota's been here a bunch, Ty's been here a bunch.
Yeah.
But none of us know what the hell is going to happen, because
Exactly.
we have ran these tires, but not a lot.
Yep.
We've never really ran them on a brand new track like this. We've never really ran the track without a bunch of tire sauce on it. So I think it's going to be super even. Everybody's in the same boat.
Everybody out of the gate.
Yeah. I mean, now that everybody has the same exact set of sets of tires, it's a little bit of a strategy game, but everybody's got to play the same game. So
Right.
yeah, I'm excited just to get this going, because I don't want to be here till what time? Midnight?
Hey, I'm not race tracking. I'm not going to give you time.